Happy Monday. Hey, everybody. Come on in, come on in. Let me go and check and make sure my sound is okay. Come on in. Let's see. Let's make sure we have sound and we will get started. All right, we got sound. So let's go. Happy Monday, everyone. Hello, Relevant Television. We are here. I'm excited to be with you today so that we can let's talk about what's going to go on with our money in the future. Let's talk about the money in the future. But we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. So grab your pen and paper so we can move forward. But as Relevant Television always reminds me, what is my affirmation for this week? She hasn't said it yet, but she's not going to catch me slipping this week, right? So this week's manifestation or affirmation or whatever word you like to use is I see every financial challenge as an opportunity for growth and abundance. I see every financial challenge as an opportunity for growth and abundance. I'm going to put it in the chat so that you can write it down, print it, take a screenshot, put it on your wallpaper or your phone for the week so that you can just be reminded that every challenge is actually an opportunity and it is not to set you back. It's not the end of the world. So let me reintroduce myself for those who don't know me. I am Saran Baker. I am a financial wealth strategist and I am here to help help women and wealth creators learn to go from chaos to calm in their finances so that you can get back to enjoying life. And you're probably like, enjoying life? Yes, ladies, so we can get back to going to bottomless brunch on Sundays. We can get back to spending the afternoon in the park on Sundays with our families. We can get back to the spa. We can get back to traveling. We can get back to all the things that we love to do without guilt because we've done all the hard things. We've done all the smart things with our money. So we're talking about the future of money, but really today, I kind of tricked you. We're talking about your future self and will your future self thank you for the money decisions that you make today? So with that, let's get into it. And we talk about various things each week, but this week we're going to get a little bit more clear, right? We're going to go into the goals, but we're going to talk a little bit about mindset because I spent some time with one of my coaches earlier today, and she talked about 4 things that we need to be thinking about and 4 things that we don't always consider with our finances. She was obviously speaking to business owners in a different way, but it absolutely applies to all of my women in my communities because there are 4 reasons why we don't get to our path to wealth. We don't unblock our path to wealth. And one of those reasons is one, we're not really clear about what we want, how we want, and why we want it. We're not clear. We don't have clarity. Our vision is blurred. Our vision is blurred by so many different things coming into our vision. We see things on social media. We see things on TV. We see our neighbors doing something. We see our friends doing something. We see women in other organizations that we're in, be it a fraternity or other sisterly bonding group, where you're doing different things and you don't know what you want, right? Here's the good thing. You can always figure it out. I know there was a time in my life when my life shifted, right? It went from a family, taking care of kids, raising kids, trying to get them to college, trying to do all those different things. And then the only person I had to worry about was me. And I was like, all right, what's my why again? I had to redefine what my why was. And so you may find yourself in that place too. And we're always redefining our why. If we get married to a why forever, we may never be able to grow into something else and allow ourselves to be clear. We may be in the muddy waters and not be able to see our way through. So we got to get clear about what it is we want from life and what we want to do with our finances. So that's the first thing. We got to get clarity and we got to get it fast. 2, we just lack confidence, ladies. We don't have any confidence. The world has stripped us of our confidence in a lot of different areas, especially in our finances. The statistics say women are paid less than men. We're overworked. We're underpaid. We're not making enough. Some women fought through the challenge, and we're successful single parents. Some were divorcees and still managed to rise in their lives to take care of everything, but may not necessarily be successful with your finances. But you fought your way to where you are. And the thing is that those things take a toll on our confidence. Or the stories we're told as we're younger and come through college and different things is that make you feel like you're not good enough or you're an imposter. These things all tap into and can impact our confidence. And so I'm here to give it back to you. You are enough, you are worth it, and you can do it. So you have to just believe in those things. And one of the books I'm actually about to reread is by Bob Proctor, and it's called You Were Born Rich. Oh my God, what a perfect title. He wrote it like 40 or 50 years ago. And I know these young people, Zennials, whatever they're called, they're not us, right? They think that something in the 1900s is ancient history, but if it still has good and valuable information in it that you can use and be applied today, then it's absolutely valuable. And so the book is called You Were Born Rich, and I think he offers it free on his website. So it's a no-cost tool that you can go in and reaffirm who you are and whose you are, because we were born rich. We were born with everything we need, access to it, regardless of our family situation, the circumstances we grew up under, the communities that we came through. And that's why you can see rags to riches stories come through, because those people refused to believe the narrative they were told and that they were born into and said, no, I'm rich. Let me just go prove it and go get my riches. And that's what we want to do, is build up your confidence to be able to go after the desires of your heart and the things that allow you to be rich, to have a rich life. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you understand that being rich financially and being just rich in life in general may not always mean dollar signs. It just may mean that you're rich, you have everything you need. You don't have to question if something comes up. You can just take care of it, and you have where it is when you be. You have everything that you need. The last one is, the third one is consistency. We lack consistency. We start a plan, 3-4 weeks later, we're out, right? And as we go into January, how many of you have financial resolutions? You're planning on eating right, getting healthy, going to the gym, getting your money right, getting out of debt, getting a new job, starting a business, getting the kids off to college, all the things that we set ourselves up with. But we want to pick 1 to 3 things that we can focus on and not spread ourselves too thin. When we start talking about setting goals. And you can do new ones every quarter, but you want to create momentum. You need time to create momentum. And that's where the consistency comes in. And in a fully transparent mode, I am in the pace right now of becoming consistent again, because as many of you know, I was going live every Monday for 2 years, every Monday and Thursday for nearly 2 years. And I got out of pace around May this year. And I said, nope, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to get back. I'm going to go live, whether it's me and 1,000 people or me and 2 people, because I made a commitment to myself that I wanted to be consistent. And that leads to the fourth one, character. You build your own character by what you say you're going to do and what you actually do. When we say we're going to do something and we don't do it, it degrades our character, it degrades our confidence with ourselves, just like it does with other people. If people can't count on you to show up when you say you're going to show up, you start to teach yourself subconsciously that you're not going to show up for you. Let me say that again. When you say you're going to do something, that's why it's better to have a shorter list of more specific goals so you can be consistent and you can show up for yourself so that you can rebuild trust with yourself. Many people, they talk about, oh, this person disappointed me, or they let me down, or they didn't meet my expectations, or I've lost trust in this person and that person. But how many times have you sat down with you, had a conversation with yourself and said, you know what, I disappointed myself. I said I was going to do 1, 2, 3, and I didn't do any of it. Now, this isn't the conversation to beat yourselves up, because many of us beat ourselves up to death. That's not what we're saying. What I'm saying is dial it back, start a little slower, and do small things that you can be consistent with. If you say, I want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, well, then say, hey, I'm going to give myself a goal for the week to get up at 5. And give yourself something to do when you get up at 5, because just waking up at 5 is not good enough, right? And I'm also talking to me again, because many of you know I was getting up at 5 every day for a long time, and then things shifted in my life. Things changed. I had some incidents happen, and I had to readjust. But going back to it, it's just as easy once you started it. But you have to be able to have confidence in yourself and build character with yourself, because whether you realize it or not, you are your number one soulmate. You got to get reconnected back to you and who you want to be and what you want to do. So with those 4 things, we got to get clear, we got to get confident, we got to get consistent, and we got to build character with ourselves, especially when it comes to our money. And how many people say, I'm not going to order anything from Amazon on Black Friday, but you still have boxes coming in on Tuesday from Amazon or whatever. And no knocks in Amazon, but people make these kind of declarations, or people say, oh, I'm not going out on Black Friday, I'm not going shopping. But the next thing you know, you did go out shopping. And so, but figuring out a way to do it. And it's not always about just justifying it because there was some logical reason to do it. Sometimes when you make a commitment to yourself, you have to keep it just because you made the commitment to yourself. And these are the things that will allow us to move into the actual financial behaviors we need to do. Being able to go and create a budget, being able to learn your income and expenses, being able to identify your areas of improvement for your finances, understanding the impact of your debt on your finances, understanding how to repay your debt so that it does build your credit and it allows you to maximize what you have, right? Figuring out the short and long-term goals, setting up short-term goals to give you those quick wins to build that confidence and to build that character with yourself so that you feel strong about what you're doing. Prioritizing the goals. I get clients that come and they got 50, 11 goals. And I said, well, what are your top 3? Those are the ones we want to focus on. Not saying the others aren't relevant, but what's the most important thing to you right now? And setting up some priorities, because if we prioritize, then we can get where we need to go. And so as we build ourselves up, we're building for our future selves, our financial houses now for our future selves, because we live for today, but we also live for tomorrow, especially ladies. We live well into our 80s and 90s, and we got to have a really nice nest egg of money to protect us from having to be dependent on family, be dependent on the government, be dependent on things outside of us to take care of us financially. And it's not the worst thing in the world, for some people. It is for me, it's like my greatest nightmare. So I work really hard to not be in that position. But some people, it doesn't matter. But you have to decide for you what that goal is, right? Now we're gonna go into a lot of these different things. I'm in the process of developing and preparing to launch my first 3-day challenge boot camp. Is going to be coming sometime in January. I'm thinking it's going to be like the second week of January. But we're going to dig deep. We're going to do some work. We're going to build some confidence with yourself. We're going to get clear about those goals. We're going to reconnect with yourself. We're going to create a way for you to be consistent with your finances, and we're going to create some character so that you can come out on top. And at the end of 2024, you can say, I did that for myself in January. I said I was going to do it. I did it. And here's the result. And that's really, really, really the big space that we have to be in. So anyway, it's your girl Saran. I wasn't going to be here long, but I was planning to come in here today and talk to all my ladies, all my Sister Sense women, all my melanin and money women, all my millionaire ladies, moms, women, because if we don't do it for ourselves, who is going to do it, right? There's so many different areas of finance that we're going to be going into and delving and learning to navigate and doing deep dives and doing short dives and bringing in other experts to talk about. But we have to first commit to being here and commit to showing up for ourselves. So with that, don't forget, you can find me at coveredbySaran.com. You can also click joinsaran.com if you want to join any of the challenges. You'll get to learn more and be able to get connected with me. But most importantly, you'll be among other women who are trying to do the same thing as you. So it's your girl Saran. Peace, love, and light. Let's get your money right. Have a good night.